fresh off the PFL light heavyweight and lightweight division playoffs in Hollywood, Florida. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun. I was part of the media team, and everything about, I have to shout out, everything about PFL was very professional. Leadership all the way down to administrative. It was amazing. From the pre-fight interviews to the fights themselves and the post-fight interviews, all went so smoothly, so amazing, so welcoming. Thank you, PFL. I really enjoyed it. Now let's get on to the fight itself. Friday night was lightning. It was a great card. So let's talk about the main card and the main event on this card. It was between Impa Kasaganay and Josh Silveria. Now, these two fought last year in the championship, and one of them took it. It was Impa. So this was kind of a revenge fight. Who was going to go to the championship? Was it going to be Impa, or was it going to be Josh? One or the other. They weren't going to fight each other. The winner of this particular fight was Impa Kasaganay by unanimous decision. It was a great fight. 3 rounds of banging, and boy, was it a war. I absolutely loved this fight. Ultimately, Impa took it, and now he's going to the championship for another chance to win another $1 million. So the next fight was light heavyweight Rob Wilkinson versus Dovlet Yagshimuradov. This was a great fight. It was a stand-up game all the way. No real ground game at all. Ultimately, in the 3rd round, it was taken and won by Dovlet by unanimous decision. It wasn't a super exciting fight, but it was a good one. The next fight was Gadzhi Rabadanov and DuFort. Now, Gadzhi is a former Guerrilla interim lightweight champion, and he is also a 2024 Sambo World Champion. This is his first debut in the PFL. DuFort made his PFL debut in the 2022 Challenger Series for PFL, and his training partner was Oliver Mercer, who was a 2-time champion of PFL. This fight was heavy striking, back and forth in the first round. Then there was a couple of takedowns by Gadzhi, but they were able to be defended, and they grappled until the bell. Continuing on to the second round, continued heavy striking, back and forth. But on the 2-minute mark, Gadzhi slammed Mikkel with a left hook. He hit the canvas so hard, and then he pounced on him and pounded him till the ref stopped him. So it was an amazing left hook win. Gadzhi for the win. Now he's going on to the PFL Championship for the $1 million prize. The next lightweight fight was between number 1, Brent Primus versus number 4, Clay Collard. This was an amazing fight. Now, Brent is a 3rd-degree black belt. Clay is a striker. Again, very different fight styles. This was a really interesting fight. Brent really rode his back for most of the fight. It's a great fight, very worth seeing. Now, I was able to interview Clay. Look for that in my playlist down below. It was a great interview. Both gentlemen are wonderful people. Now, the winner of this fight ultimately was Brent Primus and went 3 rounds by unanimous decision. So this brings Brent Primus to the championship fight against Gadzhi Rabadanov. Now, that's going to be very interesting. They're both grapplers. They're both very good on the ground. But Gadzhi absolutely, from the last fight with Mikkel, was a striker. I've not seen Brent strike, so we will see how that goes. It's going to be an exciting fight on the ground. I do and can guarantee that. Another intriguing fight that took place on this main card was none other than Muhammad Ali's grandson, Biaggio Ali Walsh, and Brian Stapleton. Now, this was going to be a very interesting fight. Biaggio has a perfect record of 7-0. Brian has a great record as well. He took it on very short notice, and they both came in to entertain. And entertain they did. I was watching Biaggio, and he has an amazing right-hand strike. And he did take out Brian Stapleton in 55 seconds of this fight. So he won by KO in the first round. Great fight, great entertainment. I see very big things for Biaggio in the future. Outstanding family as well, I must say. I've met his family, and they're very, very wonderful people. A couple of notable, intriguing fights was between welterweight Thad Jean versus Chris Brown. Now, Thad is an amazing fighter. He's a local favorite, and Chris Brown is a very unorthodox fighter. So it took Thad a little bit of time to figure out Chris's game. They went at it for 3 rounds, and ultimately, Thad Jean took it by unanimous decision. Another notable fight were the lightweights Elvin Espinoza versus Mads Burnell. This was a really interesting fight as well. In the second round, Mads delivered a shot to his head, and Elvin went down to the mat. As he was recovering from that, Mads put him up against the fence and delivered a knee up the middle. Now, the ref called timeout because it looked like a potential knee to the groin, so he had a little bit of time to recover, and then they continued the fight through this third round. And ultimately, though, the winner by unanimous decision was Mads Burnell. This was a great fight. And by the way, I did an interview with Elvin Espinoza prior to the fight, and you can watch that down below. Just search for Elvin's name. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And better yet, turn on your notifications so when I launch another video, you'll be notified. I have all the pre-fight information, the post-fight interviews. This was a fun event, and the fighters were amazing. So I hope you get a chance to browse through my content and enjoy. Katy Bellissima, MMA Hot Lips, out.